Welcome again to Mark's Motivational Podcast, another Author's Tuesday. Today I'm just going to read one of my new stories from my new book that I'm putting out soon. A big thank you to everybody who bought my book recently, my first book, The Adventures of Larry Lamppost and Friends. And as you bought the book, I really hope that your children got as much laugh out of it as my children did over the years. So I really hope you enjoyed this story. This is a story all about Wilma Wallpaper. She featured in my first book, where you might remember she decorated her whole room, and she even done the windows and the light switches and the whole lot, which is funny. So this is a story about Wilma going on her first holiday, and she hadn't been on a plane before. So Wilma had never flown before, so she was really nervous and super excited. The flight was very early in the morning, so her mum and dad said, "You need to head to bed early so you're not tired for a holiday tomorrow." Wilma said, "Okay, I will go now." It was no use going to bed, she couldn't sleep. All she could think of was the holiday the next day. She counted sheep, but that didn't work. Then she counted aeroplanes, still didn't work. Then she had an idea, maybe I will wallpaper. That should tire me out. What will I wallpaper though? I know, she said, my suitcase. She had no wallpaper, so she printed some nice pictures of Spain and where she was going on holidays, and she covered her suitcase with them. After, after that, she lay back down and drifted to sleep. It only seemed like she was asleep for about 5 minutes when her mum was calling her, get up, it's time for our holidays." Well, Wilma jumped out of bed shouting, "Oh yes, holidays, brilliant." Her mum asked, "Have you got your suitcase packed?" "Yes, well and truly packed." They headed off to the airport once they got all the pictures off the suitcase, which took a while. It was a bright sunny day in Dublin when they got there. Mary said, "Can we have McDonald's for breakfast, please, Mum and Dad?" "Sure you can. It's the start of a holiday." It was the first time that any of them were going to a different country. Wilma's dad wasn't sure how it all worked with the gates, but Wilma knew what to do. She saw the TV screens with all the numbers of the gates on them, and she said, "I know what gates. It's number 8. We better start heading to our gate because they're boarding people in 10 minutes. Wilma was getting more excited by the minute as she skipped to the departure gate. They called out their names over the speaker. Ding dong! "Can the Wilma Wallpaper family please make your way to the gate as soon as possible because we're going to start closing the gate?" Luckily, they were just there when they heard the announcement. They all got onto the plane and took their seats. Wilma's dad yawned. "Oh, I think I will get some sleep on the way. I'm wrecked." Her mum agreed. "I'm the same." "Wilma, no messing. If we drift off." "Me mess? What would make you say that?" They drifted off and Wilma started to get a bit bored. She asked one of the air hostesses, "Excuse me, do you have any magazines?" The girl said, "Of course I do. One moment, please." So she brought her about 5 magazines, saying, "That should keep you going for a while." She started to read a few of them, but she quickly got bored and thought, "The chairs on this aircraft look very bare." Guess what she did? She tore a few nice pictures from the magazine and stuck them all over the chairs of the aircraft. When her dad woke up, he asked, "What on earth have you done to the chairs?" "Dad, I just thought they could do with a bit of a facelift. Do you not like them, no?" Oh, I do not like them, he said as he tried to best to remove the pages off the seats before any of the aircraft staff could see them. Thankfully, he got rid of them all before they started to land. I'm sorry, Dad. You know what I'm like for wallpapering. I don't have any to hand, so I used the next best thing. I know, Wilma, but you have got to think of what you're doing in future. It was okay at home when you wallpapered your room and me. To come to think of that, wasn't okay. And I mean everywhere in your room. But you can't do it just anywhere, especially not an aircraft. So she promised not to do anything like this again for the whole holiday. She said, when I feel like doing it again, I will concentrate on something else. I promise. Then Wilma's mom said, okay, we won't mention this again for the holiday. Let's go and enjoy ourselves and have fun. They all agreed. They had a great holiday. And Wilma even met a few friends over there who had funny hobbies just like her. Wilma stuck to her promise and didn't decorate anything for the week. Until they were heading home. She did a bit of work on the suitcases again. So that's the end of that story. I really hope you enjoyed it. So that's just one. I'm gonna do maybe a story every 2 weeks, and the week in between I'll have an author on. I'm gonna have another author on next Tuesday. An author called Nicola from London. So really good interview with Nicola there. So thanks a million everybody for your support on the podcast and on my book as well. So once again, if you do want to get my book, you can always email me at marklestrange11@hotmail.com, or it's available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, and also it's available in the bookshops. Alan Hanna's and Rathmines have it, so big thank you to them for supplying it, and it's also available in libraries as well. So until next time, take good care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you real soon. Gura Mina Mogad and Slán go fóill. Good night. Hello everyone, Mark here. Thank you for watching another episode of my Authors Tuesday podcast. I recently published a book of children's stories called The Adventures of Larry Lamppost and Friends. The book began life as bedtime stories I wrote for my own children. If you'd like to purchase my book, follow the link in the description box below. By buying my book, you are also supporting my podcast series for authors, which is giving a voice to writers in Ireland and across the world.